middle of January, and here in Southeast California, it's still very, not hot, but it's warm. And I'm liking that, but I still kind of do miss the winter and the snow. So I guess you can't have everything, guys. I got up very bright and early this morning, as you can see. Still very bloated, and I haven't even washed my face. It's because I found a 2003 9.3 convertible at the nearest junkyard to me, which is very rare. It even has the vegan package, so I'm very hopeful to see if some of those parts are still there. So let's go see what's left of her. Please, the bumper. Yes. Oh, baby. Whoever this guy was really loves SAABs, because SAAB. It was clear that this SAAB had been loved by its previous owner. The body panels were in great shape and the engine was intact, which left me wondering, why was this car here? Maybe it had a blown turbo or a bad head gasket, and the owner just didn't have the means to fix it. One detail that really stood out was the retrofitted new gen 9.3 Aero seat bottom cushions. I thought that was a very cool touch. They even look like the higher quality leather, not the standard Aero leather. I'll admit, I debated taking them for myself, but I had to stay focused on what I really came here for. Unfortunately, the side skirts and the rear bumper were damaged, so they weren't worth salvaging. But I still managed to grab a bunch of other great parts, which I'll show you back at the garage. Before I left though, I had to check out the one other SAAB at the yard, because you just never know what you might find. Wow. I hope they survived this one. Jeez. Look at that. So here's everything I got at the junkyard, plus the front bumper, including the fog lights, all for $150. Considering this bumper alone is worth more than that, I'd say I did a pretty good job. So my SID has one pixel. You can't, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but one line of pixel is missing. And then you can see here the clock side doesn't light up. So I grabbed the SID from the junkyard to see if that one's any better. So let's check it out. It's the moment of truth. Oh yes! Awesome. That's already worth the trip. And it's a similar story with the ACC. First off, this off button is kind of scraped off, and the climate display has some missing pixels. And freaking ironically, sometimes it, when it's cold, all the display works, but when it gets warm, it doesn't. So let's see if the new one is any better. And another moment of truth. Whoa, this one's kind of, why is the display not working? Oh man, this one is completely broken. Oh yeah, so that was a doozy. Never mind. Alright, so the ACC was a failure, but it's okay because I got a new interior temperature sensor. Mine was disconnected because wait, why is that disconnected? That's the radio, right? Anyways, mine had I had it disconnected because it was making that fan noise, which I'll show you right now. I'm gonna connect it back up, and oh, there we go. Yeah, imagine hearing that for your whole entire drive. And here's another good one. This light right here, I think is supposed to light up as well as these three things, but mine doesn't. So let's see if I have a bulb out or something. And here's the switch. That bulb is in the middle. So you just take a plier and yank the bulb out, just like that. And sorry, I'm doing this at night because I need to see the light working and all that. So you just pull that out. Okay, there we go. Is the bulb burnt out or what? Anyways, I have a new one right here. I'm gonna try to put this in. So let's see if that works. All right, I'm gonna turn my light off and it's the moment of truth. Oh, yes. So that's how it's supposed to look. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna reseat that bulb. Oh, that is glorious. Yes. And while we're on the subject of lights, the high beams on my car has never worked. Here you can see that's the main lights, and then only the right side, or the passenger side high beam is working. And I have a feeling that the problem is with the relay here. And if you look at this diagram here, the relay for the high beam is right here. And then there's also fuses for the high beam left hand and high beam right hand. The fuses, as you can see, that one is good. And the other side is also good. So the one labeled right hand is the passenger side. So this one right here, so I'm gonna do the switch method and put this one in here and this one here. I'm gonna swap the two, and yeah, it's still only the passenger side work. So it's not a problem with the fuse. So I'm thinking maybe this relay is the problem. This right here is that one. So I'll remove that. Then I'm gonna replace it with the Junkyard one. Yeah, they're exactly the same. And we'll see if it works now. Oh man. Yeah, not working. So that didn't help. So I'm gonna put the old one back in. So the one right underneath that is called light control. And it shows high beam and low beam. So maybe this one, I got this one from the Junkyard. So maybe replacing the bad one will work. Wait, did that work? Wait, is that the high beams or no? Oh no. Still doesn't work. But while I was editing this video, I realized that the high beams did work. You can see here, those are the high beams. And then when I turn the high beams off, like that, the low beam now, it stopped working on the driver's side. So there's definitely something going on. But right now I have the lights off because I'm restoring them. I'm restoring some of the weather stripping around the lights, which I'll get into in a bit. But after I'm done with that, I'm gonna put the lights back on and dive into that issue once again. I think I can fix it. So let's get back into the video. And so that's a bummer, but let's keep going. For one, I'm missing this rubber piece right here, as well as this, it's got this little thing here and it goes around, but towards the top, there's nothing there. Pretty much the same story on my other side. It looks like this feels like some kind of silicone something. Same here at the bottom, there's nothing there. So I got two of these headlight seals, and more importantly, I got both of these corner lights seals. They're in perfect condition. I just have to apply some adhesive and put it on. So I'm very excited for this because little things like this really make a big difference. Because if you have a nice car, but like all the rubber seals are broken and you got silicone everywhere, it just looks so bad. So pretty excited about these. Alright, so this is going to be a simple but kind of dirty job because all of this old rubber and it's kind of melting. Especially right here, it looks like the previous owner tried to put some stuff on here to make it stay on, but didn't work. So I'm gonna peel off the old ones I'm gonna give this a good clean. I thought it was the previous owner that put like silicone, but like this right here is one of the rubber seals, and it actually just turns into like a goop of like clay. Almost feels like clay. So I guess over time the rubber kind of disintegrates and creates this sticky goo, and that's what we're seeing. So I'm gonna have to use some Goo Gone for this. Anything sticky that you want to remove, Goo Gone is my favorite thing. That's somewhat satisfying. Gotta look at the positive side. Oh, it's going pretty good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man. That little part broke. Right there. It's okay. Not the end of the world. My passenger side is still very good, so I'm just gonna leave that one on. Alright, now that everything is clean to the best of my abilities, I'm gonna take my favorite degreaser and clean up all the Goo Gone, because if you have Goo Gone on here, the adhesive is not gonna stick. Alright, so now we're ready to put it on, but these contact points at these rubber tabs here is what needs to stick to the actual housing. And if you just put it on like this without anything, this part is long enough so that it'll stick on, but this area here towards the front, they're just gonna dangle off like this. And I think that's why the previous owner put some kind of silicone there. So I have this spray adhesive from one of my other ongoing projects. So I'm just gonna spray that all in here, and then, I mean, honestly, I don't know if this is good, but it's heavy duty. It is indoor and outdoor. Wood, metal, fabric, foam, plastic, paper, glass, leather, and more. Now, I don't wanna go too crazy on it because I don't want like adhesive like everywhere. So my goal is to just put it in inside these tabs. And for these double-sided tape residue, I found that the best thing to do is to soak them in Goo Gone overnight, and then it'll just come off with your fingernails. So that's what I'm gonna do. Well, I wasn't planning on taking off the entire front end, but the light wasn't quite lining up right. Well, the light was lining up right, but the bumper wasn't. And it turns out the bumper wasn't clipping on to this crash bar. These tabs here, they're supposed to go on like over this crash bar, but it wasn't, and something was stuck. So I removed everything. Nothing much really wrong with my bumper, but hello, what? You're hungry? All right, give me 5 minutes. Anyways, I got this front bumper from the Junkyard, and this one is in very good condition.
Dad, I beat Attack of the Clones.
Nice.
Dad.
Anyways, I got this from the Junkyard. This is a much better condition bumper, but I don't want to put... Wow, amazing! Okay, I don't want to put a black bumper on a blue car right now. I will use that bumper, at least I'm planning to, for when I wrap the car. But until then, I'm just gonna put this bumper back on. By the way, this crack, it used to be like this long, and now it's become really big. Alright, so back to the lights. So these are the Highbeams, which wasn't working on my driver's side before, and now it's working because I put that Highbeam control or light control relay in the orange one. But for low beams, oh, it's working. Both low beam and high beams are working, right? Right, guys? It's working? I guess that's that. So that was my little junkyard adventure. Those little things add up to make a big difference. So I love going to the junkyard and getting some nice deals. Next up are some parts that I've been putting off. I got some bushings, suspension parts, and some brakes. Ever since I got my new wheels, there's been this really annoying squeak every time I drive. And from what I've read on the internet, it might be because I got some new wheels that are heavier, and so that puts a lot of stress on the brake system overall. I've been putting off doing brakes anyway, so I thought it would be a perfect time to try these out. That will be on the next video, if not the next one. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.